For many students and parents, making the transition to college can be stressful, but here to help is Jeff Lontreville. He's the author of The Filter, and you're here to share tips. Now, this can apply to anything in life that can be stressful or anxiety-ridden. So,
that's right.
Okay, so we're going to start first with the best college is the one that fits you. I know a lot of students feel the pressure to get into the best college by standards of their parents or anyone else in their life.
Right. Whether we're talking about life or college, like you said, we're not a one-size-fits-all society, and we have to remember that. But we kind of get confused by that. We think this is the best one for everybody. That's not like that. So you have to look at what you want in life, what you want in your college, what you want, what fits you best. And we say to a lot of students and their parents is, you know, basically, do you want to go an hour away, 2 hours away, 3 hours away, and go plane ride, car ride? Do you want a college with 1,000 students in it? Do you want a college like UMass with 20,000 students in it? What fits you best? Where do you think you'll be most successful and most comfortable? Sometimes you just want to weed that out, not by their actual, this college is better or this university is better. Unless, of course, you have a certain major, a certain doctor, or a certain attorney has a certain major, and then that school opens more doors with that major at that school. But for the most part, you want to open doors with a degree and then show what you got as a person.
Such good advice, and I think there's so much pressure, especially with social media, and you know, everything being posted, and you want to keep up with your peers. So the most important thing to remember is it should fit you and who you are.
Right, and that's a great point. Don't get caught up in comparing yourself and comparing schools or comparing, are you good enough? We're trying to train our minds here to think we're confident and we're strong no matter where we go, no matter what we do. So it's not about what other people think, and especially with social media right now on Facebook and everything else, it's like, look how great I look how great this school is that I'm going to, and then we go, oh, why am I not going there? Why am I not as good? And that's not the case. We're all different, and we all have different strengths, and we all should be in different places and fit in different places. So what one's life going to a certain college is not your life. They have different experiences, they have different strengths, they have different weaknesses, so don't compare something that's really not comparable.
It's so true. We all have different gifts,
right,
that we can offer.
That's
the
right.
next thing you mentioned, gratitude. What do you mean by this?
Right. We always hear, be thankful for everything you have. But really, why? Why should you be thankful? And people don't really get into this. To be thankful is to concentrate on the good things, to train your mind on, these are the things I'm grateful for. And then when you train your mind on what you're grateful for, the weaknesses kind of start going away, and the things you don't like about yourself go away. You build up confidence by looking at what you're grateful for. What do you have going on in your life that's so wonderful? And you really try to train our minds to think that way all the time. So if we do that, we can concentrate on what's right, what makes us confident, and what can open more doors or bring more happiness, not what's going to bring more sadness or what we don't like about ourselves or our life.
So true, changing your perspective and realizing that there's someone else that has less than you have. So to focus on the good and focus on all the positive, whether you're applying to college or going to college or not.
Definitely.
The next thing, we kind of touched on this already, but make sure you aren't going around trying to please everyone else's wants and needs, and that you're only pleasing your own. And I know we talked about that, but it is really important to stress.
Yeah, and what we forget is when we try to please other people's needs, whether it's our own parents, whether it's anybody in our lives, whether it's family that we love, or whether it's anybody that's in our society, in our life, what we forget about is they're coming at it at a different perspective. They're coming at it worrying about this part, and you may not be worried about that. You may not have even thought of it. So try to have empathy towards the people in your life that are coming at it from their life, from their perspective. We talked about this off air. Is like when you're a parent, you look at things differently when you're not a parent. You worry differently, and you give a different perspective of safety when your mom or dad was saying, be safe, and you're like, oh, don't worry about it. When you become a parent, you go, this is what they mean by safety.
Yeah.
Now I'm really worried about safety. Perspective in your life, who you are, what age you are, what experiences you have, that's what really happens a lot to get us thinking a certain way. To set up those boundaries is important. I understand what you're saying, but this is what I think, this is how I want to be safe. Kind of set up those boundaries, but also let people know you understand where they're coming from. Don't be rude about it.
Right, yeah, exactly, because you know they're older and wiser, and they have some great wisdom to offer, so listen to it for sure. The next thing you mentioned is to forget perfect.
Right. We get so caught up in this. Everything has to be so perfect, I can't make a mistake. If you don't make a mistake, you're not going to learn. When we make mistakes, we become stronger, more ready for the world, and we're building up an immune system really for our lives. And we don't look at that enough. We get too hard on ourselves, and we say, say, if we make a mistake, I'm no good. And we start getting into this. It's not that you're no good, it's what's different. And if you look at people aren't better, don't compare yourself to other people, and don't worry about making mistakes, because our lives are different, we have different experiences, learn from them. And then when the next experience comes, you can do better. Don't be so hard on yourself.
And we can all take from that, whether we're going to college or not.
That's right.
That's something that we can all work with.
Right.
30 seconds left. You want to stress to connect with other people.
Yes, this is so important. When we feel isolated, we feel weaker. When we feel connected, we feel stronger, because we feel that more people are going through this with us, no matter what the situation, whether it's school, whether it's choosing a college, whether it's in life, whether it's peer pressure, whether it's bullying, whether it's anything. Connect with people. However you do that, whether it's someone in your family, even picking up a book and reading it, you feel a connection towards something, someone, in some type of way. This helps us so much that we really don't understand, and we really need to do that so we don't feel alone, isolated, no one cares, and you kind of crawl into this corner and you get weaker. We don't want that for anybody. What we want is to become stronger, feel connected. I'm not the only one going through this, and then you can help other people out, and they can help you out, which will make you even stronger.
Right. Great advice, Jeff. So I'm sure this helped a lot of parents and students. Thank you so much for being here. As always, you can get this advice on our website, mymassappeal.com, later today.